Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the Cook Political Report 2022 Senate ratings, you have about 17 solid Republican or leaning, 15 solid Republican, then 2 leaning Republican. There are 6 toss-ups for the Senate in 2022, but there's only 10 solid Democrat and 1 leaning Democrat. So it looks like not only is there going to be a red wave in the House, because the House of Representatives, that's going to go, they're like 20, 30, how many people not running? A good number of Democrats not running. But anyway, the House is going to go to the Republican Party. That's a near certainty, just based on history. Then you have the Senate, and market watch Republicans may win not just the House, but also the Senate in midterms. And CNN, why Republicans aren't likely to lose any Senate seats in 2022. So, and then in 270 to win, you have a forecast of 49 Republicans or 49 Republican victories to 47 Democrats. Now, or solid victories. I don't know exactly how this is being conveyed. But why am I bringing this up? We're going to have a devastating market crash from now until then. We're going to have a recession, almost certainly from now until then. We're going to be either in a recession or on our way to a recession. And the market will have already crashed by November, almost certainly by November of 2022, unfortunately. I don't want that to happen, but it will. We have global supply chain disasters, breakdowns, food prices around the world. There's going to be a scarcity of food around the world. Millions are at risk of starvation. Okay, if you look at fertilizer costs up 200%, that's just one of the major issues that the world faces because economies run by morally superior liberals within their countries ran every economy into the ground. What does this have to do with the Durham probe? We're going to have a stock market crash in the United States of America because of what I wrote about in the Federalist. Democrats pushed gleefully to end economic activity. Yes, it was under Trump, but at that time, the media, well, still today, the media, the Democratic Party, all the unelected experts and bureaucrats said it's too soon to open up. It's too soon to open up. We have to end economic activity. And then they obsessed over you know what for the next 2 years, and they still are obsessing over it. But once you ended economic activity, see, when Democrats talk about the policies they love, once you pushed to end economic activity, you caused rampant inflation. There's the direct correlation. Every time AOC said, we needed an eviction moratorium to go longer. Well, the reason that she said that is because Democrats prevented people from actually working. And they said it was for your own good. And they said, well, the experts said we should not work anymore and not allow people to work. Okay? U.S. labor force, by the way, the average age is about 42, 43. You do the math on that. You ask yourself if it made sense what the authorities and experts and all the morally superior liberals were advocating in 2020, 2 years ago. Anyway, that caused rampant inflation, supply chain breakdowns, labor shortages in key industries. Now we have oil approaching $100 per barrel. And it doesn't matter how many times Jerome Powell raises interest rates, inflation is runaway, it's rampant. It's not going to get any better. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I'll have a live stream tonight, probably around 9 p.m. Pacific time. So be here. I'll have an upload in a couple of hours before then. To my super chat in the live streams, I thank you very much. You allow me to do those live streams. But to the Patreon, to my new Patreons, thank you. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment. The Durham Probe Special Counsel has no support politically. Virtually no support. Now, once Trump Republicans take over the House, and hopefully almost certainly take over the Senate, because the country will demand a change. People are already demanding a change, but our economy is not. Unemployment went up, by the way. Oh, you look at the job numbers. Those jobs reports have been missing every report up until recently, and then they had the unemployment rate actually went up in the last jobs report. But consumer sentiment is at a decade low. Inflation, oil prices, we're probably going to get to above $140 per barrel, which was around the all-time high, $144 or so, $144, $147 per barrel. This is all going to come as a stunning, shocking surprise to the morally superior among us. These are the same people who said, listen to us, don't listen to Trump, and oh my God, Trump supporters don't know what they're doing, and Trump doesn't know what he's doing, and they ran the country into the ground. Crime is up, homelessness is rampant. You have perhaps also a real estate bubble. The bond market is going to tank when interest rates go up. You're already seeing that. 3 asset classes are just going to, be damaged by the interest rate hikes, which I guess have to happen because the Fed and Congress, through monetary and fiscal stimulus, pumped $10 trillion into the economy. I talk about that in the Federalist article I wrote last October, predicting all of this. I literally wrote last October what's taking place right now. We're seeing it. And the 2,000 to 3,000 point drops in the market we will see. And hedge funds, derivatives will tank these hedge funds, just like they did with Archegos. And margin calls. We have $800 billion in margin debt in the stock market. What does that have to do with the Durham probe? 7 minutes in, the Durham probe special counsel is going to get the political support and the media support. Because people are already turning away from the Democratic Party. Jimmy Kimmel and Trevor Noah and Stephen Colbert and John Oliver and all of, every Twitter and Facebook algorithm and the MSNBC, CNN, the Washington Post, the New York Times, every publication out there, they can all parrot and serve as an echo chamber or a megaphone for Democratic Party policies and talking points. It's not going to matter because 73 million Americans already don't care. And now you're going to get more people. Now you're going to get people who voted for mashed potato brains Biden to say, why did I do this? You know what? Trump's personality, people might not like it, but he's a lot better of a president. That's a fact. You have to be a complete imbecile to think that this person in the White House now, mashed potato brains, is better than Trump. You have to be so deranged and so obsessed with Trump's personality that you'd rather have rampant inflation, homelessness, crime, geopolitical nightmares like the withdrawal that he completely botched, infinitely worse of a day than a fateful day in January, which I oppose. But Democrats focus on that one day, ignoring the whole summer, which was $1 to $2 billion in property damage and 25 lives lost. And you had CNN saying, well, fiery but peaceful with the building in flames behind the journalist. I mean, everyone knows the Democratic Party is the height of hypocrisy. They judge, pontificate, condemn, preach, and now they're devouring their own with the political correct insanity. And you see what's taking place. Russia is about to invade Ukraine, and what does the Kremlin have on Biden? Notice that the propaganda suddenly, it's never leveled against their own candidates. The sad and pathetic, vapid propaganda spin, anything that they disagree with, anything that hurts them politically is Russian interests or propaganda or the Kremlin. And now all of these bad things, all of these horrible things are taking place under Democrats. And we didn't have any of those things, or we didn't have those things to the extent. And by the way, that's every topic from immigration to the economy to foreign policy. It's worse under Biden. Much worse. You'd have to be pretty much ignorant of politics not to realize this, or, like I said, completely in the most apoplectic manner obsessed with Trump. But Trump was better. Even if you might not like his personality, but he was better. Anyway, they set him up and framed him. Getting back to the Durham probe, they set him up and framed him. We all know this. 3 people were indicted by the special counsel John Durham. Robert Mueller, John Durham. Special counsel John Durham. 3 people were indicted. You're going to see more indictments from now until then, but very likely key indictments, top indictments after the midterms. Give me your thoughts below. 270 to win, and the Cook Political Report. Those links will be below in the pinned comment. Republicans are also going to investigate Biden and Hunter and pretty much every Democrat that is, corrupt or has a scandal, which a number of them. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here tonight around 9 p.m. and check this channel in about 2 hours. I'll have an